This is the platform final. We open up round 4 with Janie Potvin, one of the challengers for the championship, the Canadian, the junior from Texas A&M, with her 4th dive in this event.
And it's a close contest. All the divers in the top 4 are very close. Janie only about 8 points out of 3rd place. An arm stand back triple. Another gymnast turned diver. She's from Canada. That was unfortunate because that dive had everything going for it from the platform and in the arm stand. And then she miscalculates this come out. She's looking at the water there, but she kicks straight up almost at vertical. And you can't help but go over or past vertical when you kick that high and you've got that much room left to go.
And given 4s and 5s, 47.85 on the total. Lisa Faulkner from Kentucky. 2 dives left for the senior. This is round 4.
Lisa Faulkner's 4th dive out of 5 rounds is a back 2.5 somersault pike. You see that black surface on the top of the platform. That's a non-skid surface, so that when the divers run and jump on it, they have sure footing. That was a really nice back 2.5. If the divers approach 70 points on their dive, it's probably going to be a big payoff for them. And that is lovely. Just a little splash as she goes through the water.
8s and 7s. She gets 68.15 on that one. Vinnie Danton, one of the top divers in America, top 5 in all 3 diving events at the SEC. Texas native, a challenger for the NCAA championship here for the junior, her round 4 dive.
This is an opportunity for her to make up some points. She has 3.2 degree of difficulty, and the leader, Brittany Viola, has 2.9 in this round. And she's just about 13 points behind Brittany Viola. So she needs to put the pressure on by hopefully receiving some 8s or above. Oh, that's not going to work. She was not sure. She looked very tentative on her kick out from the tuck. That part looks good as she left the platform and in the tuck, but she kicks out. You see her feet separated, and then she goes in the water loosely. That is just not a good finish. That's too bad. That lacks confidence.
A disappointing dive, 4.5, so 3.5, 43.2. The All-American Carrie Dragland, junior at Miami, former Alabama diver.
Big dive here. Back 3.5 somersault. And it's her highest degree of difficulty dive. A lot of divers will put a dive that they're not particularly sure of in round 3 or 4 and sandwich them in between dives that they love. Oh, fabulous. Carrie Dragland is going to pick up points on this back 3.5 at 3.3 degree of difficulty, and she is thrilled about this because this is a dive that a lot of women have avoided because they don't think they can go in vertically. But that dive is vertical, and look at that nice kick out. Wow, success for Carrie.
8s and an 8.5, 79.2 in the conversation for a championship. Elena Eggers, the junior from Arizona State, dives in all 3 events from Sweden here in round 4.
And this is a great opportunity for Elena Eggers. She has this dive. I don't know anybody that does it better. She just never misses this dive. It's a reverse 2.5. It's a lower degree of difficulty. She needs 7.5s to go ahead at this time. She will get it. She will have the 7.5s, and I think she'll receive some 8s. I've seen her do it better than this. but it's still good enough to put her in first place at this time. And look at that beautiful tight tuck, the knees together, the feet together.
8s across the board, Cynthia, 64.8 on that one.
Right into first place. But here's the leader coming up.
Brittany Viola, the NCAA record holder, set it as a sophomore, senior from Miami.
So in order for Brittany to continue to be in first place, she only needs 5s on this dive. There have been a number of misses, and we just saw a really good dive out of Eggers from Arizona State. But Brittany had enough of a lead over Eggers that she only needs 5 on this back 2.5. She'll get it. She threw a lot of water. She went in, but it's still good enough. And she has a very assertive, aggressive takeoff. Looks at the water there, comes out. And again, a little too much arch in her back. She could get rid of that arch. Wow.
The consensus 7.5 across the board, 65.25 to wrap up round 4. Coming up, round 5, platform final from Austin, Texas. With 1 round to go, Viola and Eggers continue to hold the top 2 spots on the leaderboard. Janie Potvin, the junior from Texas A&M, her final dive, round 5 for the Canadian.
Not uncommon for a diver to use their best dive, the one they like the most in the last round. It's, you know, their insurance, their pay dirt. It's a back 2.5 with 1.5 twist. Nice way to end up for Janie Potvin from Texas A&M, right up the road in Aggieland.
Round 5 of the platform final, the standing scramble that's going to be interesting here in the final round. And as you look at Lisa Faulkner, the senior from Kentucky, she also competed on the 1 meter. She has a chance maybe to move in to the top 3.
She could. She is only just over 7 points behind. And to go into the top 3, an inward 2.5 somersault pike. It's not a real high degree of difficulty, but it's not a very difficult dive to see the water and go in vertically, and that's what you want in the last round. You want to be able to nail the entry. And she does that, but it's a lot of splash. And sometimes the judges, you know, they go, oh, I want to reward it for what happened off the platform and her good form, beautiful in the air. And then they go in the water and the judge goes, oh, it's a bit of a letdown. So probably not much above a 7.
Straight 7s across the board, 58.8 the score. Auburn's Venny Danton, she led early in this platform final. Trying to bounce back strong here, her final dive in round 5.
Well, it really has been fruit basket turnover, and Vinny's last dive is a beautiful dive most of the time. It's a back 1.5 somersault with 2.5 twist. And what I really like about this dive is her twisting position. So straight, so smooth. Love that twisting position. She needed a bunch of 8s. I think the 7.5s are definitive. I don't know if she'll get the 8s on this dive. There was a little arch in her back right there as she went in the water, and so you see that big splash. 7.5s, yes.
Did not get the 8s, 60.2 the score. Carrie Dragland made a big move in the last round in 3rd place for the junior from Miami. Needs a dive here that can put her in position maybe for the whole thing. It's going to be a challenge.
Well, I think she can actually go into 2nd if she puts the pressure on Elena Eggers. At this point, they have the same dive in this last round. It's a back 2.5 with 1.5 twist. Carrie will set the stage. Good dive. That'll be definitely 7.5s. I don't know if she'll get the 8s or not, but 7.5s, and she will put the pressure on. Now she needs to pick up 5 points, so she could have used some 8s. she just hasn't gone in the water as cleanly as she needs to in order to get those high scores and guarantee her place in the top 2.
4 sevens, a 65.6, the total score there for Dragland, her final dive. Elena Eggers, the junior from Arizona State, in second place behind Viola. She has really made a name for herself here this junior season.
You know, I misspoke when I said she had the exact same dive as Carrie Dragland. She's doing an arm stand for her last dive, and she needs 6.5s to guarantee that she will be one of the top 2. Of course, Brittany Viola has yet to dive, and she's the leader. She needs 6.5s on this arm stand, back double, 1.5 twists. Excellent, excellent. No problem. Her coach down there, Mark Bradshaw, right there, knowing that that was one of her better arm stand back twisters. Huge scores. She will definitely, oh, what a nice entry. What a nice entry. And a lot of twisting, a lot of somersaulting from that arm stand. Terrific.
4 8.5s, 80 the total score, solidifies a spot in the top 2. Brittany Viola, the NCAA record holder, going for the championship. What a way to cap off your career here.
Well, wouldn't this be wonderful for Brittany Viola, because she is a senior, and this is her event. She has the record already. She will not, I don't think she'll approach the record on this dive. She only needs 6.5s to win this title. Oh, yeah. I think she'll receive 6.5s and 7s. She held that dive just a little bit short, and I think that's a little bit of tenseness, just a little tightness, as she knows she's approaching the championship. And that's one thing that you have to avoid, is getting into whether you're going to win or what the scores are going to be.
Good enough to get it done. NCAA champion, as she gets a 7.5 and 3 7s to bring home the title. Congratulations to Brittany Viola of Miami. The platform diving final results. Brittany Viola with an NCAA championship as she holds off Elena Eggers of Arizona State, Carrie Dragland of Miami third. Coming up, the final event in Austin, the 400 relay.